What is up, YouTube? It is Matt back with another crypto video. I think I've been doing this for about a week now. I'm up, I think, just over 70 subscribers. Certainly 100 subscribers is the short-term goal, and upward and onward from there. So thank you guys that jumped on early. Thank you guys for the support. And if you like this video, please hit subscribe. Hit the bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a video. Like it and share it with your friends. Today's video, I have two articles to cover briefly just about blockchain in general, not a particular currency, but it's certainly exciting news coming out about the use of blockchain, followed by an article about Stellar XLM and IBM. So this first article I got here, How Governments Are Using Blockchain Technology, it was published today out of In the Black. I'm not going to read the whole article as they've highlighted their key takeaway points here at the bottom. Basically, the Australian government is investing in the research of blockchain technology and how it can benefit them and society in general. So the key points here, there are opportunities for blockchain startups and government procurement. Blockchain is very suitable for commerce, which has many participants and complex rules, and I go over that in my IBM article coming up later. The real-time nature of blockchain enables transparency and accountability, and the decentralized nature of blockchain will require changes in thinking, particularly with centralized organizations. And that kind of means government in general that are more centralized in nature will have to embrace the decentralization for this blockchain technology, as it has massive benefits for society and global trade and the science community. And really, we don't know where the limits are, as I think it's this article that says it. Blockchain technology is similar to the early ages of the internet, where everyone knows it's a fantastic idea, but really no one knows what it's capable of. And certainly we've come a long way since then. So it's really exciting that we're really starting to research these technologies and see how we can use them to benefit society. This second article I got here, published yesterday out of the CoinDesk, U.S. government grants $800,000 to blockchain researchers, and a company, where is it at here? San Diego Supercomputing Center won an $818,433 grant from the National Science Foundation to develop the Open Science Chain, or the OSC. And basically, as scientific research is found, or as they discover new things or do new experiments, all of that data is uploaded into a blockchain ledger where people around the world can access it, and basically it creates a network that would constitute a living and digital catalog of their work, growing as more information is developed and added. Researchers will be able to better trust the data they are examining according to the abstract. And certainly the free flow of scientific information that you can trust on a blockchain technology will have great benefit to society in general. And it could really speed up the research in maybe medical fields, maybe some cures. It could definitely research and speed up the research of these areas that can benefit society. So this article about Stellar XLM, published today, Stellar XLM Robinhood to tokenize on the Stellar blockchain, Ripple could be next. One of the greatest use cases of Stellar XLM is in asset tokenization. While this may have looked like a far-fetched idea 1 year ago, it is beginning to take shape. Robinhood, a financial technology company that offers stocks and lately cryptos, will have its private shares tokenized on the Stellar blockchain by another fintech startup called Swarm. Swarm is also working on doing the same for Ripple and other companies. Now, a quick summary of what Swarm is. This article published also today. Swarm provides a blockchain-based infrastructure for the tokenization of assets. Each tokenized asset is represented by a unique security token created using the SRC-20 standard. For individual company equity tokens are coming to Swarm. An entity is created for the specific purpose of holding this equity. The ownership of this entity is tokenized for investors to access. Their token holdings represent fractional ownership of that entity, which in turn holds an equity in the given company. This is a big deal because it changes the way investors look at securities. A change that could spark a revolution in the global stock markets. We could be headed into a world where anyone around the world could hold security tokens for any of the major companies in the world. Imagine holding a security token for a company like Coinbase, Ripple, or any of these other high potential companies that will in the near future change the global financial landscape as we know it. That would be huge, right? The demand it would spark would drive the markets crazy, pushing several corporations into the multi-trillion-dollar valuations. So what does this mean for Stellar XLM investors? Well, Stellar investors could be headed into a major bull run. That's because when tokens are issued on the Stellar network, transaction fees are made using the Stellar XLM token. As such, asset tokenizations for high demand companies adds to the demand of Stellar, which will over time drive up the value of Stellar Lumen's XLM. The best part is that asset tokenization seems to be gaining momentum, and companies like Robinhood are just the beginning. Already, the decentralized stock exchange such as DSTOQ are coming up and aim to make stock markets more accessible through tokenization. These are moves that place Stellar among the cryptos with the best or the most promising future. Besides, as more companies begin to tokenize on Stellar, the Stellar blockchain stands to become the standard and invalidate any competing blockchains aiming for the same market. The head start that Stellar has in this market could see it become the sole blockchain used in asset tokenization. When compared to other blockchains in the market that have tens of competitors angling for the same market, Stellar seems to have cut itself a niche in the asset tokenization market. This dominance places it in a situation where it could be used to tokenize the global stock exchange that are not only worth trillions of dollars, but are also a key driving force behind the world economy. Price-wise, Stellar seems to be reacting quite well to the growing wave of good news around it. In the 12-hour chart, Stellar is in an early bull run. It has established a clear support at just over 21 cents, and with increased momentum in the whole market, Stellar XLM could test the 24-cent resistance level at the 100-day moving average within the day. We will see for sure. Long term, as the whole idea of asset tokenization begins to take shape, Stellar could easily be worth tens of dollars and reward those who can see the vision before it takes shape. And certainly, as I don't own a whole lot, but as a small Stellar investor, being worth $10 per coin would certainly make my day. This next article is about IBM. And you know, good news about IBM is good news for Stellar XLM as they are partners. So IBM Maersk launched blockchain-based shipping platform with 94 early adopters. This was published 2 days ago. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Maersk, a quick Google search can show you Maersk is one of the world's largest shipping companies that specialize in like cross ocean and global trade. So they've created a blockchain technology. After launching a proof of concept earlier this year, IBM and Maersk have unveiled TradeLens, the production version of an electronic ledger for tracking global shipments. The companies say they have 94 participants piloting the system, including more than 20 ports and terminal operators. The jointly developed electronic shipping ledger records details of cargo shipment as they leave their origin, arrive in ports, are shipped overseas, and eventually received. During the transportation process, all of the involved parties in the supply chain can view tracking information such as shipment arrival times and documents such as custom releases. Commercial invoices and bill of ladings are in near real time via the permissioned blockchain ledger. And certainly as myself having a background in logistics, using the blockchain to track these shipments would have a massive benefit on global trade. More than 160 million such shipping events have been captured on the platform, according to IBM and Maersk. The data is growing at a rate of close to 1 million events per day, the company says. Traditionally, the international shipping industry's information systems have used paper ledger documents, and electronic data was transmitted via electronic data interchange, the EDI. And this is a 60-year-old technology that doesn't represent real-time data and information. So certainly the global trade industry is due for an upgrade, and blockchain is the perfect solution for that. Shipping participants have also shared documents via email, fax, and courier. And I think courier might be the oldest form of getting information from place to place. When information is entered or scanned manually, TradeLens can track critical data about every shipment in a supply chain, and it offers a immutable record among all parties involved, the company said. Some shipping manifests can also be moved via an API to the TradeLens platform so that manufacturers and others in the supply chain have more timely information and improved visibility on the process. Along with freight forwarders, transportation companies, and logistics firms, more than 20 port and terminal operators are using or have agreed to pilot TradeLens, including PSA Singapore, International Container Terminal Services Incorporated, Patrick Terminals, and Modern Terminals Ltd. in Hong Kong. Customs authorities in the Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Australia, and Peru are also participating. So you can see, as it is still in its development stage, it is being experimented with and tested around the entire world. And as the success of it starts to be seen, it will definitely be adopted into the global trade. This accounts for approximately 234 marine gateways worldwide that have or will be actively participating on TradeLens, IBM says. Hong Kong-based Modern Terminals became a beta partner of TradeLens blockchain earlier this year. Digitized document. This is a quote from the Modern Terminals CEO, Peter Levesque. Digitized documentation that can at the same time be authenticated will drive down costs and increase supply chain security. As a port operator, Modern Terminals doesn't have a need to track shipments outside of its operating environment, but it keeps the status of containers coming in and out of its terminals via the Terminal Operating System, the TOS, many of which utilize EDI and wireless LANs and radio frequency identification, the RFID, to monitor cargo movements. The company handles about 5.5 million shipping containers per year at its Hong Kong business unit. The documentation that accompanies a container of cargo from factory floor to the store shelf is cumbersome and open, Levesque said. A blockchain-based electronic ledger will provide a platform where all the documentation along the way can be viewed and updated in near real time in a secure environment by authorized supply chain participants. It will also give customs, commerce, and border patrol agents around the world a higher degree of certainty about what's in the box and who loaded it, Levesque added. Modern Terminals plans to be a regular user of the solution once full development and testing are complete, Levesque said. We've also only begun to scratch the surfaces on what we can use blockchain technology for in the transportation and logistics industry. Tackling the opportunity for improvement of the transmission of documents around the world is a great beginning. The next decade of development will be exciting to watch. And I agree with that 100%. As we're starting to see blockchain technology is being implemented into global trade and shipping, governments such as Australia and the United States have recently poured money into the research of blockchain technology. We definitely need to start using this if it can benefit and reduce costs of global trade and thus the price on the shelf being lower. If we can speed up research times into new technologies or new medicines using blockchain technology, that will have a massive benefit on society. It's just exciting news. Exciting indeed. That will wrap up this video. Again, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications, and I will see you guys later.